Um, so, wait. Okay. Hello again. I'm Val. This is another message from a 20-year-old to you. I don't know where I was shooting, sorry. I was just trying to get rid of my nervousness. But anyway, today's message will be again about courage. And this time what I want to talk about, right, is that there's courage to be seen in being okay with not being okay. Yeah. Which I really hate. Oh my god. I mean, I don't hate the message, it's just I love the message. I just hate the discomfort that it brings to me. But yet again, I love the discomfort. Okay, basically I'm just being freaking okay, yeah, anyway, sorry. That was just my own conversations. Anyway, this video is for you, so I'm gonna give it my best shot to unravel this message for you. Why I say I'm gonna give it my best shot, right, is because I myself am really I have been battling the acceptance of this message for myself since a while back, and therefore I'm definitely not the best person to be relaying this message to you, because I mean, I don't practice what I preach, right? But I feel that it's an extremely valuable message to give, and I will give it my best shot because I want this to bring value to whoever needs to hear this out there, but somehow nobody's telling it to you. For me, at 20 years old, I'm very blessed to to have someone who told this message to me, and I want to pass it on. Yeah. So okay, so yes, there is courage, and this message is about me telling you that there's courage in being okay with not being okay. And there's actually a lot to talk about when it comes to this, but I'm gonna I mean, since this is just having you be aware of the message itself, I will skim through the surface, okay, just to let you know agak-agak what I'm trying to say. So being okay with not being okay, to me, it touches on, so the not being okay part, right, it touches on the fact that it touches on accepting the fact that I have my own flaws. I have beliefs, behaviors, habits, conversations within me that are not serving me, that are bad for me, that are bad, maybe not to me, but in the relationships that I have with other people, with work, money, life, whatsoever. There's something within me that ideally I don't know how to pronounce it, ideally I would want to resolve, but somehow it cannot. It's not cannot be resolved, it can be improved, it can be better, but it won't ever go away. That's what makes me imperfect, and the message is to tell me to be okay with that. Right. Okay, yeah, so the message is to tell me to be okay with the fact that there are always going to be certain conversations, beliefs, habits and behaviors that will not leave me regardless of how much I try to overcome them, to break them. So they are a part of me, and I have the right to love myself regardless of whatever part of me I find distasteful or like unappealing or like just frustrating. So yeah, so this message was given to me by a very beloved man, so please don't think really is just is a person whom I see and love very dearly as I see him as a fatherly figure in my life. So far besides my own dad, he's the only man whom I choose to give a lot of love to, as if he is my father. But I don't call him like dad or whatever lah. I just call him the Korean version, which is Appa. So yes, which I realized I've never called him in person before. But anyway, sorry. Anyway, so yes, he told me this message one day when I was in a bad space because I found myself rebounding back to conversations that I thought I've already moved away from, and basically it's always a journey. I think in one of my previous videos I also talked about this, but yeah, basically this is not the same time, this is another time. So basically there are many times where I find myself spiraling back into into the kind of negative conversations or like unserving beliefs and conversations about myself that drive me insane and make me frustrated and everything lah. Basically, I believe we all have that within ourselves. Just that for me it's tough. No, for everyone it's tough. Sorry, I choose to find so something about me is that I choose to be frustrated at myself for still rebounding back to this conversation. And then after that, I choose to be frustrated with the fact that I'm frustrated. And then I choose to be upset with the fact that I'm frustrated, at the fact that I'm frustrated. So basically, it's a stupid, okay, it's not stupid but it is stupid. It's a stupid spiral that I sink myself into all the time. And so, he has been this like Appa of mine has been there throughout last year, either directly or indirectly, supporting me, being with me as I went through my own journey of overcoming this conversation for myself. And this was the message that he gave to me, to be okay with not being okay. So me not being okay means that I will always have this conversation within my head. I will always have these times whereby I spiral into what seems like a never-ending black hole of negativity, of fatigue over fighting this conversation within myself. But what the message is telling you is that be okay with all of that. Be okay with all of you. Be okay with every single part of you that you find lovable or unlovable, because you are you. And I believe just because you are you, you deserve the right to be loved by people around you. You deserve to be loved by, most of all, you yourself. And yes. Basically, that's all I want to say for this video. And whatever comes up for you while watching this or after watching this, I hope that you share, like, you find a way to you find a way to manage the conversations that come up for you through this video or after this video. And as always, I offer myself as a space for you to just share, to talk, or just I will just be there to listen to you, just to be there for you lah. Whatever you need, I will give, in terms of space, in terms of gentleness, in terms of strength. I promise I do my best. As long as it's not immoral, creepy, perverted or whatever. But yeah, besides that, yes, there's courage in being okay with not being okay. Yep, it's a reminder from me to you to, as much as you allow other people to love you, give the most love to yourself.